Today I will be talking about the Limbic system. It's a fascinating network in our brain that plays a key role in regulating our emotions, behaviors, and memories. Without it, we wouldn't experience fear, happiness, or even form memories. The limbic system is a collection of interconnected brain structures that work together to regulate our emotions and behaviors. You can think of it as like the emotional hub of the brain. Its key components include the hippocampus, the thalamus, the amygdala, the hypothalamus, and the cingulate gyrus, and those are the key components, and each one of those plays a special role in the regulation of our emotions and behaviors. For example, the amygdala helps us recognize danger, like feeling fear when you hear a loud noise in the dark. So, the anatomy of the limbic system. The hippocampus is crucial for memory formation, particularly turning short-term memories into long-term ones. Without it, we wouldn't be able to remember events like our birthday celebrations or where you parked your car. The amygdala processes emotions like fear and pleasure, and it attaches emotions to memories. An example would be it helps you remember the joy of winning an award or the fear of a traumatic event. The thalamus acts as a sensory relay station. By directing sensory input like sight or sound to the appropriate brain regions, except for smell. The hypothalamus regulates basic bodily functions like hunger, thirst, sleep, and it links the nervous and endocrine systems. Finally, the cingulate gyrus, it connects behavior to emotion, like the sense of accomplishment when completing a task. All these structures don't work in isolation. Together, they manage essential functions of the limbic system. The limbic system is central to processing emotions such as fear, pleasure, and anger. It motivates basic behaviors like our eating, drinking, when we're hungry or thirsty. Memory formation is another key role, especially emotional memories. For instance, remembering your first pet is tied to limbic activity. It also regulates survival behaviors, such as fleeing from danger, and guides decision-making by connecting emotions to our choices. Now we're going to take a look at the hippocampus. It's located in the temporal lobes, and it's shaped like a seahorse, as you can tell in the picture. It's essential for memory formation and spatial navigation. An example would be like, imagine being able to remember directions to a friend's house, or like recalling the plot of a movie. That's due to the hippocampus. It is also involved in neurogenesis, which is the creation of neurons, which supports learning and memory. Damage to the hippocampus can lead to memory issues. For example, patients with Alzheimer's disease experience significant hippocampal damage, which leads to memory loss. A fun fact about the hippocampus is that it can associate certain smells with memories, like the smell of cookies reminding you of your grandmother's house. The amygdala is an almond-shaped structure located near the hippocampus. Small. It's most active during emotional experiences. An example would be if you've ever felt your heart race when startled by a loud noise. That's the amygdala triggering your fight or flight response. It helps form emotional memories, such as associating a song with a joyful memory or a traumatic event with fear. The amygdala is also implicated in mental health conditions like anxiety, PTSD, and if people who have PTSD may relive traumatic memories due to the heightened amygdala activity. And next is the thalamus. It is located above the brainstem and acts as the brain sensory relay center. It processes sensory inputs like vision and touch and directs them to the appropriate areas in the brain for interpretation, except for smell, which bypasses the thalamus. Example, when you hear a car horn, the thalamus ensures the sound is processed so you can react appropriately. Except for smell, which bypasses the thalamus. Oh wait, never mind, I already said that. It also regulates alertness and focus, keeping us attentive to important sensory inputs. Next is the hypothalamus. That is a tiny part of the brain that is located below the thalamus, as you can tell here. It maintains homeostasis by regulating hunger, thirst, body temperature, and sleep. It works closely with the pituitary gland to release hormones like oxytocin and cortisol. An example would be of the fight or flight response when you're faced with danger. That's the hypothalamus ensuring your body reacts quickly by increasing your heart rate and preparing your muscles. It is also involved in behaviors like eating and drinking. For example, the feeling of the satisfaction after eating is controlled from the hypothalamus. All these structures, if they are affected, disorders can develop. It can lead to dysfunctions like Alzheimer's disease, anxiety disorders, depression, PTSD, schizophrenia, and SUD, which is substance use disorders. Example, in Alzheimer's, the hippocampal damage leads to memory loss, while PTSD can cause heightened amygdala activity, resulting in recurring flashbacks. Substance use disorders alter limbic function, affecting emotional well-being and motivation. Next, research and discoveries. Research shows that the limbic system dysfunction is linked to both cognitive and emotional disorders. Example, studies on Parkinson's patients reveal that the limbic changes correlate with symptoms like depression and cognitive decline. Rose in 2019 proposed two distinct limbic systems, one for emotion and another for memory, highlighting its complexity. All these discoveries guide to future treatments, which would be really helpful for the future. Ongoing research may lead to new treatments targeting limbic system disorders. These emerging treatments include deep brain stimulation, which shows promise for anxiety and PTSD by modulating the amygdala. Improve neuroimaging, which helps diagnose and monitor limbic disorders more accurately. Example, advances in optogenetics allow scientists to target specific neurons, offering potential for precision treatments, and also antidepressants. Finally, the limbic system is a major network of brain structures that helps with our regulation of memories, emotions, and our behaviors. Understanding its function is key to developing treatments for conditions like anxiety, PTSD, and Alzheimer's. And that is all.